Romans, members of the Hallmark Academy. My name is Dara, and I'm here to present to you a review for Chasing Waterfalls. Spring Fling has started, and this is their big impression. Shall we get into it? Chasing Waterfalls stars Cindy Busby and Christopher Russell as Amy Atwater and Mark North, respectively. Here's the premise. I was going to call her Cindy Busby. Amy Atwater is a photographer for like your National Geographic, okay? But she's more on the software side. She wants to be more on the creative side. And so somehow she convinces the editor, the boss, the big wig in charge, to put her on an assignment to, because this other photographer, something happened. So she convinces the editor to put her on the assignment that other photographer had, and which is to photograph a fabled waterfall. Does it really exist? Only certain people know. Is it a real thing? Who knows? So she gets tasked with then going to this town, and when she meets the tour guide of the town, his name is Mark North. He has a daughter, Kyra. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. I'm like, oh my goodness, she is so pretty. And you know, they fall into the love as he's trying to get her to, you know, he's trying to push her off from the waterfalls because he's very protective of it because he's a townsperson. And she's like, listen, I'm trying to get in where I fit in and take these pictures. You know what's up. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to take you, but let me drop these lines on you real quick and let you know that I'm feeling you. And she's like, and then they keep going. They row your boat as fast as you can in the lake. He takes her to Angel Falls, then he takes her to the fabled Redwood Falls. And then all of a sudden they half naked in their bathing suits and they kissing each other. And then he's like, swear to secrecy that you won't tell anyone that where you found it. And then behind her back, the editor put the latitude and longitude of where she took the pictures. And so now he's like, I don't trust you. Get out of my life. Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And she's like, no, but I need that $200. And so then she goes to Redwood Falls by herself. And then he's like, yeah, okay, you can have the $200 then. And then I'm like, what is this movie? I watched it with a dear friend of mine and I was bewildered. There were so many continuity issues within this movie. I was laughing. It was more of a, for real? First one. Okay, I gotta start from the beginning. So she doesn't know Mark North and his daughter Kyra, right? And she joins this tour. He says some stupid line because he sees the price tag on her flannel shirt hanging. And so then she's like, oh, okay, let me go on this tour. And then blah, blah, blah. They reconnect at the hiking gear store. And she somehow weasels her way into his day off with his daughter and convinces him to take her on a tour. That was so intrusive to me. The way she just inserted herself like a dang arrow or the enter button, I was just no more good. And then this is the pièce de résistance, right? So when they get back to the lodge after the tour, Mark is like, oh, so the daughter gives him the cue, like, yo, you feeling her, like, invite her to the social, right? Like, do it. And so he's like, all right, Amy, so like there's this social that's happening this evening, and like it would be cool if I could see you there, you know, like it's a lot of people from the town going to be there, whatever. And she says There was a script writer who put this in the script, a screenwriter, a screenplay writer. She said, and at first I thought it was a joke. She said, I don't do that well with people I don't know. Let that bake your noodle. Because it certainly baked the mess out of mine. Because I'm like, sis, you just met this man 2.1 days ago. And you inserted yourself into his life because you wanted him to take you on a tour of some waterfalls. And he invites you to a shindig. And you say, I don't do well with people I don't know. What? And then she gets to the social. We see our third brown person of the movie. His name is Peter. He is a friend of Mark's. When Peter meets Amy, he kisses her on the hand, as they do back in time. She's like, oh, kind of old-fashioned. And then there's this, like, awkward bit of, like, yes, I'm still one who believes that chivalry is not dead and when we should still open doors and blah, blah, blah. And we don't see Peter for the rest of the movie. I'm like, so did Hallmark just wanted to insert that there's still, you know, something of, like, they're still holding on to some type of tradition that, like, was that Hallmark's way of saying, we still gonna keep it cute, but we're progressive? I don't know. I, for one, am a champion of civility in the days of old. I am. But I just thought that was mad awkward. It was awkward. This whole movie was one big middle school dance. It was just incredibly awkward. And I give it 2 crowns. I want to give it 1 crown. But I'm impressed by how many brown people were in this movie, which is why I'm giving it another crown. 1 crown is for nature. The other crown is for Penny, Leo, and Peter. Leo is the one who works at the front desk at the lodge. Penny is Amy's work friend. And then I just talked about Peter. Y'all, they should not have started this movie first. I was telling my friend they should have started with Don't Go Breaking My Heart, which is the one we're going to be seeing this coming Saturday, starring Ryan Pavey and Italia Ritchie. They should have started with Don't Go Breaking My Heart, because this one, and I don't know if it's just me, I really need I need to dialogue with members of the Academy on this, because I've seen 3 movies literally in a span of a week and a half to 2 weeks with Cindy Busby in it. And it seems like she has this one thread throughout all of the different roles that she plays. And it's like, it's slightly selfish, it's slightly inconsiderate, it's slightly intrusive. And I'm not here for it. I'm just not here for it. I don't know how and why they're writing these types of roles for her, but that really put a bad taste in my mouth. It really put a bad taste in my mouth. Because I saw Unleashing Mr. Darcy and then Royal Hearts. Which, if you watched my favorite Hallmark movies of all time video, part 1, I mentioned Royal Hearts. In that, it is one of my favorite Hallmark movies. But I'm just not sold on Miss Busby. I'm sorry. It's just something with the roles that she plays. It's like this common theme of intrusion on people's lives. And she kind of like inserts her will and what she wants to do. It's really interesting to me. What do you guys think? Have y'all seen Unleashing Mr. Darcy? With Unleashing Mr. Darcy, she plays opposite Ryan Pavey in that. And then in Royal Hearts, she plays opposite Andrew Cooper in that. And I don't know. This movie sunk. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then there was an open mic. I couldn't even watch. I literally turned my head. That was so painful. The lip syncing was absolutely atrocious. I just couldn't. Y'all, help! We gotta send a yacht, a rescue jet, some floaties, because this movie is slowly going. It's down. It's down. It's not going down. It's down. Yeah, I honestly don't even want to give it 2 crowns, because this movie is like the spring version of Snow-Kissed for me. It's this, as the young folks say, it's the lack of acting for me. I can't get over that phrase. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I was not feeling this kid. Speaking of kid, Kyra, the daughter, she was super cute. She was super, and I liked that they had, like, the boy she was attracted to was a little mixed boy. I was like, oh. But y'all, woo, we starting off under. Help! Members of the Academy, we got to send out an APB. Somebody say something. Say something. Say something. Jordan Rakai, say something. Whew. I really don't have much to say. I mean, the chemistry, I feel like they were doing too much. It was just one big awkward middle school dance, and it's not even worth bags of Cheetos because it was just awkward. So I don't even, yeah. Oh, I wish I could have a better report for you guys, but I don't. Next, like I said, this coming Saturday, we have Don't Go Breaking My Heart, featuring Ryan Pavey and Natalia Richie. I keep wanting to say Richie. And the premise of that movie is Italia's character runs a boot camp for the brokenhearted, where they go through these different tasks and exercises, I guess, as therapy to kind of mend, heal from their past relationships. And Ryan Pavey's character is a journalist who originally joined this boot camp as moral support for his sister, and then he wanted to investigate for himself, wait, is this a real thing? Like, are people really getting, like, is this a real kind of therapeutic thing that's happening? And then of course they end up falling for each other. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, please let me know what you thought. Please. I'll see you guys in the next video.